In this video, I'm going to teach you how to have an amazing first date so you can get a second date, a third date, and eventually a relationship. So, there's a couple first date rules that I want you to follow. But let's start off by describing the different types of dates. So, let's pull this up in my little platform here, types of dates. Okay, so the first type of date is optional, and it's basically a screening call. This is a FaceTime, this is a phone call. I would recommend this if you're feeling a little bit worried and uneasy and you're just feeling a bit uneasy, or there's a big investment time-wise, or if there's a big investment, if you're going to be driving 2 hours away, if you guys are spending some money, some decent amount of money on a theme park or something, we definitely want some kind of screening phone call. And but really, the first date. Let's talk about the first date. So the whole goal of a first date is to create attraction, vet them, and leave them wanting more. Okay, so because this is your first time meeting them, you're not sure what you're going to get. And because you're not sure what you're going to get, we don't want to do dinner. Most people do dinner on the first date. I don't want you to do that because that's a table date. And we don't do table dates on the first date because number one, you don't know what you're going to get and you're going to like commit yourself to a dinner with somebody that you don't even know if you're going to like, number one. Number two, it's really hard to create attraction sitting at a table across from somebody else. Even for me, that would be very hard to create attraction. And so we don't want to do that. So let me pull my screen back up. Okay. So the ideal formula for a first date is like some kind of thoughtful activity. And yeah, we do want food or drink. If you guys want food or drink, that's fine. Like you can grab a drink, you can grab ice cream, a snack, whatever, a pizza, whatever, but I don't want a formal dinner on the first date, okay? Avoid driving together and avoid going to their place if you can, because if either you or him are confident enough to go to each other's places, you're probably going to sleep together. And let's just not do it on the first date because we want it to pace. We want some certain things to happen first. So I would recommend that. But if you do, it's not the end of the world. We've all slept with somebody on the first date, totally fine. Okay, after you've had your first date and I want you by the end of the night, I want you to like definitively be able to tell me, yeah, there was mutual attraction. And I want you both to be leaving that first date like, oh my God, that was so fun. That was so cute. Like he's so sweet. And then after that, you can have regular dates, which I call nurture dates. And these are just to have fun, to get to know each other. And now that you guys have actually met, there's some more flexibility. Like you can go on longer dates, you can definitely go to dinner, so on and so forth. Okay, so let's talk about how do we create attraction on a first date. And I'm just going to read through some of these points that I take my clients through. You're getting kind of a sneak peek here. So the first thing is we just want to have a signature look. I want you to feel good. I want you to feel confident. If I was going on a date tonight, I might wear something similar. I might even wear this shirt. Actually, I have a different one. That's my favorite. But I'd wear some kind of button-down shirt, some cologne, some accessories potentially, some nice shoes, some nice jeans, whatever. I want you to have a signature look. Um, when you go on the date, again, well, here's like what I would recommend. I'm gonna give you some examples. So I like to go to bars, and I know a lot of folks don't drink. I actually don't really drink that much either. I normally get like a mocktail, but I love the going to a date at a bar because the environment is ideal for attraction. So think about it this way. If you go to a bar, I'm not suggesting you have to go to a bar, I just want to highlight the elements. If you go to a bar, you're going to sit together at a bar side by side. You're not going to be across from each other at a booth. You're going to be sitting side by side. You can kind of like cheat to them a bit. Your knees can touch. The lighting is already going to be dim. They're going to have accent lights, whatever. They're going to have some nice music. They might even have a band, and it's just a good environment. So that already can create attraction. And so when you're with him, I'll pull this back up, is I want you to avoid just like boring conversation. You can ask things that you want to know just to kind of like feel comfortable. Like you want to make sure you're not on a date with a serial killer, of course, but try not to go like too much into work. Like we want it to be fun. We want to feel something. Okay. Um, proximity, I do want you guys to sit next to each other, angle towards each other. Avoid handshakes. That's just too formal. Like you guys might potentially be lovers. Like we don't need to be shaking hands. That's a business deal. Touch is good. Obviously, like gentle, consensual, etc. But a hug, if they're open to that, I definitely would recommend a hug at least. Hands touching. So, like, if you guys are let me tell you a quick story, actually. When I was in college, I used to work at this gym. I was a manager there. And there was this guy that worked there, and I thought he was so cute and he was so hot. And I remember I was at the desk and I was like, I don't know how to do this. Can you help me? And I was being serious. Like, I didn't know how to access something online. And he's like, yeah, you just do this. And he literally puts his hand on top of mine on the mouse and like starts showing me. And I was like, ah, like just fireworks inside. So just like gentle touch. It's like, Pat, hey, can you pass me a napkin? Sure. And like graze his hand, whatever. I don't know. Look at each other's watches. Like it's like, is that a bracelet? Or it's like, that's a cute bracelet. Can I see that? It's like, that's cute. Who got it for you? It's like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. It's like, like you're grabbing his hand, looking at it, right? Touching a stranger, that's going to create attraction. Anytime we break the rules, that creates attraction. Anytime we break from social norms, that creates attraction. Eye contact also creates attraction. Don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure eye contact either releases oxytocin, it releases something, and it can create attraction. One way to create eye contact is simply like asking, what color eyes are yours? I can't really tell. Are they like hazel, brown, green? It's like, oh yeah, they're actually like a hazel and green. And like that's gonna make you guys like look into each other's eyes for a minute, and that is gonna do something. So a combination of all of this stuff is gonna help create attraction. He's probably gonna compliment you. You can compliment back. Um, what to talk about. Again, you can talk about the basics, maybe a couple stories, and talk about your interests and hobbies, and then just try to make sure that it's fun, like something happened on the date. Maybe you guys played a game. Maybe there was like Pac-Man. They had an old Pac-Man at the bar, or you guys went on a walk up the hill and you saw the whole city and you shared a moment and you guys kissed or whatever. Like we want some kind of peak in the date, and that will be great. And then hopefully by the end of the night, if you guys feel comfortable and like you want to kiss him, like I would, at least on the cheek or something like that, you can even ask him like, "Can I kiss you?" Whatever. And then we do want that little bit of like spark. The spark is not necessary, but mutual attraction does give an incentive to people to keep getting to know one another. And yeah, so that's what I would recommend. And then let's say you guys hit it off and it went really well. Now we want you guys to just keep getting to know each other on a weekly basis. Like maybe you ask him out on another date. I wouldn't text him every day at this stage because we're just trying to get to know him and we're just trying to build a friendship at this point. But I would recommend hanging out like once a week, having a phone call. A lot of clients have really long phone calls. You don't need really long phone calls. 2 hours, 4 hours, way too long. I would rather you be going on other dates. It can be a 15-minute phone call. How was your day? Da 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 da. Da. So we just want points of connection. Let me see if there's anything else I wanted to mention to you. Let's talk about like, should you see them again? Some possible, got a little fuzzy here, possible scenarios. If it was a terrible match, you're feeling anxious, like you can't be yourself, they're like, really strong politically, it's opposite of you, whatever it is, and you feel uncomfortable, you can either bite the bullet and just finish the date, or you can just end it right there and just say like, hey, like I'm not really feeling super great tonight. I think I'm gonna kind of have to wrap up early tonight, and you can do that. It also might not be a terrible match, but it might not be a match. If it's just not a match, but you're not like super uncomfortable, but you already know like, there's not going to be a second date. You can continue with the date if you want to call it off. You can, but there's nothing wrong with continuing it and just kind of enjoying the date, enjoy the coffee that you're getting, whatever, and then just text him after like, hey Matt, I'm glad we got to meet up. I think we're looking for different things romantically, but I do wish you the best. Something like that. If you want to stay friends with them, you can ask them that. And yeah, the date might have been fun, and maybe it was just like okay, it was fun, but it wasn't like super crazy. I would still see them again, and I would make sure you guys do something different, something more fun. So if you accidentally went to dinner and it was like whatever, it was like fun, but it was whatever. I would do it again, but I would do something more fun. And then if it was very high attraction and you two hit it off, continue getting to know each other, but pace yourself. Enjoy the feeling of attraction. That's a very fun feeling to have, but pace yourself. Um, we don't want to go too far too fast because then our patterns can backfire and so on and so forth. We still need to develop a friendship bond, and that can take certain elements. So I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that was helpful. And I'm going to invite you to book a free call with me. So if you click the link below, this is what I do with clients all day long. I'm a gay dating coach and I help gay men find a real relationship. So I'll invite you to book a free call by clicking below. I'd love to hear more about your specific situation, offer my perspective, and see if I can help you. So, other than that, I will see you on the next video.